Tonight, our investigators are looking into consumer complaints about tech-based banking services that aren't actually banks. Accounts unexpectedly close or drains, customers' cash seemingly disappearing. Savannah Levins explains how you can protect your hard-earned money.
In the age of technology, tech-based banking apps have millions of fans.
Lowering or eliminating overdraft fees. The adoption of being able to get a paycheck 2 days early, that was one of the early draws of the financial technology companies.
But many customers like Eva Potter say those promises aren't being kept.
You're supposed to be able to get paid 2 days early.
And how often did that happen?
0 times.
Eva used Chime, a financial technology or fintech company. Chime's website repeatedly states they're not a bank and that the nearly 15 million accounts they manage are FDIC insured up to $250,000. But experts say fintech customers don't get the same federal protections they'd have with a normal bank.
Fintech providers ought to be following the same rules as banks, but they're not supervised in the same way.
Alex Horowitz works for the Pew Charitable Trust's Consumer Finance Project. He says they're clocking complaints from fintech customers who say their money has been delayed or even disappeared with little to no explanation.
There's certainly been more notice because of the complaints from consumers.
It's been really scary. Not knowing, like, are we gonna make our rent this month? Are we gonna afford our groceries this week? How are we gonna pay to keep our heat on? It's terrifying.
Carly Scorpio and Jimmy Carlson say they decided to cash out all of the $6,500 in their Chime account, but say the check was flagged as fraudulent.
Nobody could tell me how this happened, why it was flagged as fraudulent. All they could tell me every time was that the money's gone and that there's nothing that we can do.
The couple says they've had trouble getting in touch with anyone at Chime to resolve the issue.
Everything's designed, it feels like, to not help you on purpose because they're not regulated. It's like, we don't have to help you.
There have been 7,795 Better Business Bureau complaints filed against Chime in the last 3 years. More than half of the complaints coming from Georgia were from people unable to access their money or had their accounts closed unexpectedly. The zip codes filing the most complaints in Georgia: 30233 Griffin, 30038 Lithonia Stonecrest, and 30349 Atlanta South Fulton. Horowitz says fintech customers should report any issues to the federal government.
Because the bank regulators only cover banks, really the only federal regulator here is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They accept complaints from consumers when something goes wrong.
For many, it's been a hard lesson learned to read the fine print.
Neither one of us knew anything about fintech companies until all this happened.
Yeah, they have to be held to the same exact accountability that a big bank does, and that's the bottom line.
A Chime spokesperson said they've launched investigations into the complaints of those customers we interviewed, saying they offer the same consumer protections that traditional banks do.